Today we are doing some drag lining. We have a big problem in our, well, you can see right there where the 1086 is, that little hopper room right at the end of the barn. Our piston pump got something plugged inside there, and we got so much head pressure because the pit's so full that we can't get it out without having it backfill in. So we got to drop the pit. So we called up KRB Custom. They do drag lining, feed hauling, all this others, basically everything you kind of need. But today we got their drag lining crew here. This Josh Jarvis and Connor Sampier own the KRB, and we have Josh here today with his crew. They have two drag lining crews, and we actually have my 8480 on his Noon pump. It's a 12-inch pump. Thing's a monster. His MX200 blew a hose right on startup, and it's a tough one to get to, so that way they can fix it and we can spread. We slap mine on there, so we're pumping here out of the middle of the pit. We are spreading ourselves too, and we'll just show you what's going on. We got 8-inch main line here, and we're going through the driveway of the shop, and I gotta stay high above those power lines. His MX200 is right there. It's getting worked on. It's right under the cab, so it's a struggle one to get to. We're going through the yard, so we kind of blocked off entrance to our yard, and he's coming on the side here, and I gotta get this pickup turned around. That way you guys can just see what's going on. But it's right on the side of the road there, and we're going, ooh, trying to fly and turn this car around. Right here, we're going underneath a culvert. It's the only culvert right now that they have to go through, so it's pretty nice for them. Sorry about the camera sounding like that. I'm trying to move it, but I have nowhere good to magnetize it. So we're flying up the hill right here. He's got 200 acres, maybe a little bit more, that he can straight up dragline on this whole hill. It's about a 300-foot elevation increase going up this hill, so I should get this sucker higher up in the air to really show you what's going on. But they're going right through. We'll get this camera on the road. I'm driving up the road right now to show you guys this all in one fly, but I gotta make sure my camera stays connected to my controller. So you gotta bear with me here a minute. I'm coming up right behind the drone. You'll see me in a little bit in the pickup. But we'll just turn around with the drone, and I just flew underneath it, or drove underneath it. There we go, my camera's falling. But this is just do a little voiceover. So you can see that we're coming up the hill right there, on the side of there. All these fields he's gonna drag line today for us. I'm in the pickup right there, so we'll get this drone moving forwards. Speed this sucker up, put her in sport mode, and do 30 miles an hour. So right here he's crossing over that field entrance, and he's just driving up the road, or pumping up the hill, I mean. And by the top, he has one booster pump in the shop driveway. Normally he has it about 10 to 20 feet from the pump, but because of there's the side of the bank, it just wasn't going to work having it that close, so he has it on the end of this first section. Well, I'm ahead of the pickup right now, but right here on the hill he has his second booster pump, and you can actually see the drone. I gotta pull over because I got Jarvis's, well, they're chopping grass up here, so you'll see them go by in a minute, one of their trucks. And that way I can keep driving slow. So that is a booster pump plumbed into the transmission on a Kenworth. I gotta go up the hill. I gotta pick this drone up in the air because I'm only about 50 feet off the ground here, but elevation change from when I started. Actually, I don't know how to tell that because I'm not that high off the ground. It's saying I'm 312 feet, but I'm not. I'm like 50 feet. So anyways, we're going through right here into the pasture. My dad built a road here, well, for himself, but he's got that plumbed. He was all excited that we were using his road. So this is the old pasture. Turned that into corn last year. He's got his excavator there. He's still plucking stones. Losing connection. 1 second. I gotta put this out of sport mode. So yeah, he's just going up the cornfield there with the drag line. Corn's just barely out of the ground, so not a big deal. I wish I checked the height elevation change when I started, because I could tell exactly how many feet we're off the ground. So you can see the pickup there. We pulled a lot of stones out of the field right there and did a little bit of tiling, so that's why it looked like a mess. But he's pumping right over to here, right across this big grass field. He could have gone 2 ways with the pipe. He could have stayed right there where the corn and grass meet by that berm. We have a path right there that we use, or like how he chose to do it was on the side of the road. Either one was gonna work. So he's got a lot of fields to do, and he's pumping it.
Max altitude reached.
Yeah, it's saying I'm at 5,000 or 400 feet, but I'm just not. I'm like 100 feet. Which, that means I am about 400 feet elevation change. Because, so yeah, it's about 400 feet he's pumping uphill. So we're gonna fly this thing forward some more. He's got his, we're at the heifer barn, doe pit, and he's got all his piping right here. So what he did this morning was he did this field over here, these 2 fields.
Max altitude reached.
Yes, I know, I'm not 400 feet in the air. It's just because of the takeoff. He's got his brother, he picked up his drag hose, the red one that he had in this field. He put the second one out. So we always spread this field with the road, but drag lining, you got to do it differently. We've never done it, but he had to do it sideways just to make his hose work. So it's kind of a little different. And his brother is going to plumb the hose differently now. So that hose right here, this black one you see, is what he just used, but that one's not getting pumped into right now. He's pumping around the pit, and he's going all the way to our farthest away field up here. That is the neighbor over there that you guys see. That's Pleasant Valley Farms. And we need to speed this drone up. So Josh is back here. So all the corn is planted. We have all our corn done except for a couple more fields we want to switch over.
Altitude reached.
He's going to do this field, and we got to get over to Josh. But because this thing wants to say I'm flying too high, it doesn't want to. Well, there we go. We dropped her down 20 feet, and now it's tricked. It's saying I'm 370 feet up, but I'm only like 100. So this is where Josh is. This is our farthest away field up here. And oh boy, this is going to be 8 minutes of recording so far. All in one shot. We're going to sit here. That way I can, I only got 2 minutes left on storage. So this is Josh himself driving. It's a 9430 John Deere. So this is normally their corn injecting toolbar, but they took the spikes off. Oh man, I gotta get closer for you guys. Getting bad signal, so I don't know if it's coming out good. I think it's a 9430, but I could be wrong. So they took the spikes off, but he's actually just spread panning it. And we're gonna turn this off for a second and get a better connection. Oh no, I drove closer, now it's working. So Josh, he's putting, I don't know exactly how many acres gallons an acre he's putting it down. He's putting it down a little bit more than we do, just because we always have to go back and get another tanker load. So to be faster, we just spread a little bit faster also, so it means less acres an hour. I want to say that is a 9430. But yes, it is. We're gonna run out of recording here with the drone, but I really wanted to get a one-shot recording for you guys of this all rolling out, because it is pretty cool that he's pumping over 2 miles and able to do this.
Max altitude reached.
Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets but if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Here we go, turning all the wrongs into rights. Here we go, you can take me there tonight. Whoa, this life is all we know. Whoa, I can't stay if you can't let it go. I never really know what's going on, and even when you're next to me, I feel like you were gone. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know.
So that last little drone section, it's gonna be music there. Well, you already saw it, but I ran out of storage on the drone itself, so I flew it back, took the SIM card out of my GoPro and threw it in the drone. So you'll see how that is, or I'm gonna put that after this clip. So might put it after just to switch it up for you guys, but we're gonna get in that cab. Hopefully Josh will have to stop for a millisecond and I can get in there. kind of you can't shut the manure down. So that's the one negative with dragline is once you're pumping, you're pumping. You can shut down in emergencies, but like it's not like a manure tank where you just get to the end and you turn the PTO off. It's coming from 2 miles, so it's not easy. So we're in the tractor now with Josh for KRB, customs, draglining, and everything else you need, trucking. And this is a 9430 like I thought. We got his son here. He's your
Braxton.
And so they're pumping 2 miles. I don't know if you know exactly how many feet.
No, it's a little over 2 miles.
And what's your flow that you're actually able to pull?
Getting 1970.
For that. So I think it's closer to 400 feet elevation with my drone, but I didn't check exactly before taking off, but it's a lot. You want to be on camera? He's camera shy.
Yeah, we lose like 100 gallons a minute from the bottom of the field to the top.
Just this elevation itself.
But it's quite a bit, this field is.
Is this the most steep you've ever pumped?
It's about the same, I think. We just did one from Driver's Family Farm to
So I got time to roll this main line.
up over a hill, and that one was probably about the same.
Yeah. I'm impressed that you've pumped now for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And he's gotten over 230,000 gallons out. So he's motivating. Faster than we would be with shit tanks. It took him almost a day to set up just because some situations happened.
Well, stuff was scattered all over too.
Because it was kind of an emergency phone call. It was not a planned phone call. But Josh is being helpful. That way we can get our manure pit fixed. Or not the pit fixed, but our pump fixed. Because right now we're bucketing out the manure from the barn. And
I got a copy.
Hold on.
Camera shy still. So Josh about half done this field. How long you been on it? 10, 15 minutes? Just can't see.
Probably gonna be 20.
20 minutes. I can't spread this field in 20, 30 minutes with my tanker. But
Especially if you truck it from where we're getting it.
yeah, no. We will not be pumping out of the dope barn pit this cut, but we normally always run out of manure up here anyways every year, so we'll have plenty to get the next couple cuts through. I don't know how many acres an hour you're pulling off, because you guys do it in gallons and
Right.
but cruising, and it's pretty easy on the tractor. He's only 1500 RPMs, so it's not like they're working. I guess when you're injecting it's probably harder.
Yeah, a little bit. Injecting grass isn't really that much harder because you're not going too deep.
You're just cutting with a disc. How long you been doing it? Drag lining.
Probably 15 years.
Because you started on the farm, right?
Yeah, we had one of the first systems in the area when I was working with the Jarvis Family Farm.
Would you say it's better on an articulator, or does it matter on a straight job?
Only way to do it's on an articulate. The straight jobs absolutely suck.
Why is that?
The swinger is mounted up on the tractor, so it's pulling up on the tractor. It's not pulling off the 3-point hitch arms. With a 3-point hitch setup, you got the hose and the toolbar all pulling on the arms. It puts way more stress. You can do you can turn right around with this one without backing up. With one on the 3-point hitch, most of the time you have to back up. Just the way the articulate flexes, it allows it to turn around a lot easier.
Yeah. So people that don't know what the swinger is, that's the pipe that you see right there when he did the 90 turn or 180 turn. It's what swung.
Another really nice thing with the swinger is you can, your flow meter and your pipe and everything stay on the tractor, and you can switch toolbars quicker, easier, and it's cheaper. The other 3-point hitch style, you have to have a flow meter on every toolbar and a swing pipe and everything. So our toolbars are a lot lighter and a lot quicker to switch out.
Well, there's benefits to both, because the tractor ones, if you don't have a tractor or on an articulator, or you can't justify it for other uses. I mean, it still works because our neighbors Herchabees, they use the tractor and it's what they got and it works good for them. But Josh does a lot of custom with their system, so it was the only way to go for them, for the acres they cover. So this is the first time he's ever dragline for us. He's been asking to do our one cornfield, our big cornfield that's over 100 acres. It's right on the flats. He's been asking us for years, but you would have been able to this year if this happened in the spring. That would have been the field we would have let you do it. But we got a bunch of open fields for him, so you guys all saw in the drone video. I think it's the first time I've ever flown from the home farm to the heifer farm. The road itself is probably 1.5 miles, a little right around that, but to the pipe that's out is about 2 miles to get it all out and done. So you can see the swinger come right over when he turns. You can't just shut the pipe off at the end of the row. A couple more years he'll be doing it for you.
He says this is his tractor, but I can't get him to drive.
Henry, you can't keep him off the seat. He'll get there. So yeah, you see that thing? As he's turning, it'll swing it around. And then the reason for the different color pipe, for the people that don't know,
the red one is a drag hose. It's got more rope weave with it, so it's a lot stronger. The black one is 8-inch main line. It's stronger for pressure, but it's not designed to be dragged around the field. The red one is a lot more pliable.
That black one is a lot easier to get a hole if you catch something. So that one normally always gets rolled up to get.
The red one costs twice as much as the black one too.
Yep. So I've been recording for 5 minutes. I did some drone video, so most of this field I got on camera, but it didn't take you very long. So he's gonna bust out the whole King Road hopefully for us. He's got everything planned out. The first time is probably always the hardest because you have no clue how it's gonna work.
Find the right ways to go, and
once you're going, you can't stop, so you better hope it's right, basically.
A little longer to set up, a little more prep makes it go a lot better in the end.
Like where they put their booster pumps, that was a big
yeah, we're set up where the booster pump is. As soon as we're done up here, we're gonna cross the road right at the pump, and we'll be pumping again. And got my brother moving hose from one field to the next and keeping ahead of me. So hopefully we only have 10 minutes in between fields.
Yeah. And keep it rolling. Once you're going though, you can't keep up with it.
It'd take Andreas longer to go get a load of manure from the pit than it would for us to switch a field.
That's true. But this is something different. Well, I've been wanting to get a video for Josh for like at least 2 years now, but we haven't had him come and dragline, and if I was gonna record it, it's easiest if it's on our land, because then I can just hop over there and record it. Certain people don't like recording, so it's hard to do it when he's doing custom work. So how long have you guys been doing it as the KRB?
This is our 4th season.
And they've grown exponentially since the beginning.
Yeah, I think first year we did 50 million, and the last 2 years we've done over 120.
It's a lot of shit. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to hop out here because we're moving some feed and gonna start chopping, so we'll probably end the video. It'll probably be around 20-30 minutes long. And it's gonna be at least a week or maybe 2 weeks till it's out, because we're backed up on corn planting videos. But I'll let you know when it's out. And I want to say thank you to Josh for helping us out, because we're in a pinch with the manure. because that pit's full and that pump being plugged is giving us a headache. So thank you, and thanks for watching. Till next one. Well, we're gonna extend the video a little bit. Josh and his crew, I went and grabbed them. They are switching across the road here. There's a culvert they're going through, and we'll see how they're doing it.
What's the chain for?
That's never good. So we got that through the culvert, and now he's gonna run this main line through here, through the pasture, and up behind Terry's house, so he can get the left side of the road, which is what's behind Ferdy's house and stuff, and behind Tyler's house. So this is the hose humping tractor. But there's plenty of videos out there of draglining, so most of you guys know. So I didn't really show everything, but I got to get a little bit of this hose getting pulled in and out. Now they got the big carts, but to move these sections from here to there, it's easier for them just to throw it on the hose humping tractor, because they can fit through tighter spots like where we're going, because we had to open up the old fence. Josh runs a fleet of TG 285s. Has a fleet of them. The pit is going down fast. We'll be able to get to that hopper that's plugged very soon. So they're gonna run through here, and I'm not going to follow because that's some rough terrain. But Josh is with him, he knows the path. I just went with him through there, and he's showing his brother where to go, and then that way they'll come out on the other side. You can see they got a Starlink right there, and they have another one on the big booster that's down at the shop. And that is just so, I didn't show it in the video when I was in the cab, but forgot about it. But Josh can control the pumps from his phone, so when he's getting ready to send the pig, which is to clean out the lines, he can start idling everything down, and he can control both pumps at the same time and slow them down together. That way it's an even flow slowing down, because he's got two pumps going. So what they're doing is they're coming up behind Terry, Tyler's, and Alan's house, and they're gonna go somewhere across this cornfield to get to that grass field. That way, because there's no culverts in this area to get the manure pipe over to get to that grass field. Now they're not gonna spread behind Matt's house, which is over there. If we have the, if we get to it, we'll spread it with tankers, or we just won't spread it this cut. Not the end of the world. But yeah, so they got one of the hose carts right there. They got a handful of them, but they're gonna pick up this main line. They got the one drag line right there, and they did this field. So they're hooking on right now the drag to that main line section. They're gonna open it there, and that way Josh can start spreading while his brother starts picking up all this hose and placing it basically to connect that hose to this field and put the drag line out for him and all the things he's got to do. But I think it's going to be time to end the video now, because Christoph is waiting on me well, he's chopping in Enosburg. I won't be recording much of that just because I'm so backed up on videos, and this is something different to show anyways. So all those stainless things you see right there, those are connections for hose sections. Well, he's setting up to go. He's just waiting for the manure to come now. I'm not gonna sit here and wait because it does take a little while to pump all the way up the hill. I want to say thanks for watching. Till the next one.